Hey guys, welcome back to my Empties video. We have Mocha right here, wanting to just be in the way of me getting these empties done. So we have kind of limited room, but we have a big fold bag. Lots of stuff this time, so let's dive into it. So this is for the month of November mostly. All right, sorry, it looks kind of gross, but this is the Method Anti-Bac Toilet. I had a little last bit in here and then wanted to use it up. By the way, do you like my Christmas nails? I usually like to get my nails done before I go like on any sort of like trips, like or at least like a week or longer. It's just kind of a little way I treat myself. It's not as long as I'd like, but I do like the way they turned out otherwise. But yeah, there's this one. And then this has been around a while. This is the Dove Sakura. I'm gonna turn on my turn on my light. It's kind of dark. The sun. There was a running meme on I think it was on like TikTok or something where like how Californians have not seen the light of day, the sun, in several days. Because that's where we're at right now. Anyway, so we have this. This is the Sakura Blossom. It's a very like mild scent. So if you have like scent sensitivities, it's pretty good for that. My husband used this just because he can't use like anything super fragrant like Bath and Body Works. So it took us a while to get through it, but it was a nice kind of clean, fresh scent. And then I think these are like pretty popular during the holidays. Every season. I've been seeing so many people like pull this one out. I think there's also the gingerbread one. I think I got this last year and I smelled the gingerbread one. I didn't like it. I don't know. It was something about it that I just didn't really care for. It just didn't seem like actual gingerbread, if that makes sense. But this one smelled really nice. I liked this one a lot. I would buy this again. I highly recommend it. I busted this one out in October. And used it up pretty quickly. So I really liked this one. I would recommend it if you're looking for like a seasonal scent. Yeah, it was nice and it was moisturizing and all that good stuff. And then we have an Autumn S'mores hand soap that we got through. The fragrance notes on this are crisp apple, gooey marshmallow, and cinnamon spice. Nice fall scent. I've had this around longer than I'd care to admit. This is the Red Watermelon Fresh Foam Cleanser by Esfolio. If you know, you know. But this one I've had around since COVID. I know it's terrible, but it still smelled really nice, and I was determined to get through it. Finally got through it. And I think this was my mom's toothpaste. It was in like different colors, so I was gonna try it. It's clear right now. I think you can get it on Amazon. It's like a transparent gel, and it kind of looks like the outside of this box. All right, next up, we have DW candles. This is the Wild Honey Nectar. This reminds me of childhood. There's something about it. It just smells really, really good. This is one of my favorite scents. I thought it burned really well. I don't have any complaints. I have a big jar of this too, like a huge jar. That I'll probably bring out. But I feel like this is a good scent that works for fall or for spring. That's usually when I usually use candles. I don't really burn candles during summer when it's hot. I don't know. The vibes just aren't really quite there. This one is one, oh, there's a crack in there. That's not good. This is one that's been hanging out that needed to, it was like pretty low, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use this one up. This is also a nice one for like spring, but I just figured I'd get it used up. I also got this one. This is by Bellevue Luxury Candles. I got this in like a 3 or 4 pack from Costco. This burned really well also. The fragrance notes are pumpkin, caramel syrup, clove bud, and whipped vanilla. Just quintessential fall. Can't talk today. Fall scent. So that was nice. I like to pair my scents with the season. That's just the vibe that I go for. And then I have this mouthwash by Aromer. I think this is like a French brand. And then this was $7.99. So I got that. I really like the flavor too. Sometimes some of the mouthwashes, especially like the more abrasive ones like Crest, like I feel like it just kind of burns my gums, and like these don't do that. So if you have sensitive gums, it works for that. Also, another quintessential fall scent, marshmallow pumpkin latte hand soap. The notes on this are creamy pumpkin, toasted marshmallow, and warm praline. And then this is a matcha that I actually got from Japan. I honestly, I don't think this one was ceremonial grade. Either that or it oxidized. Well, one, the packaging. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't like the highest grade because it was kind of like a more muddier brown. Well, it says 9/15/25. And I think I finished this up in October. Yeah, so matcha doesn't actually last too long. So like I had some matcha from a few years ago that I just chucked because I probably wasn't going to use it anyway. But I use this in like my morning matchas a lot. Where like I'm not trying to go all in, I just need something as like a pick me up. But I forget how much this one was in Japan. I feel like buying matcha in Japan is a lot more affordable than buying it overseas. But otherwise it was nice. It was pretty decent. So, I mean, I can't really complain. All right. So the next one, I think I got this one at Home Goods. I'd love to go there again sometime soon, probably after my trip. This is the lavender syrup, concentrate by Portland Syrups. This is really good quality. If you look at the ingredients, where are they at? Basically, they just use organic cane sugar, organic lavender, butterfly pea for like the coloring, organic lavender flavor extract. So yeah, pretty good quality ingredients. I really like this one. I would buy it again. Hopefully I can find it at like Home Goods again. Good place for stuff like that. I did buy another one, I think, from like Morning Lavender just to like try it out. Just to like try out like more like homemade ones, but this is pretty solid. It works great. I've used it in my matcha lattes and it's just amazing. All right, so this is a lavender toothpaste or lavender orange, creamy or dreamy lavender mint. But I think it had hints of orange because there's an orange picture on there. This I got a couple years ago and I've been using it while traveling specifically. So I finally used it up. This is a Japanese brand that I think I got in Minneapolis. They have a huge mall there. And they had like a Japanese store. It wasn't Daiso. It was I don't think it was Miniso either. But it was a Japanese store. They had a lot of really great options, and that's where I ended up picking up the toothpaste. And then this was my mom's, the Cocoa Paradise. Dude, for the longest time, I thought that meant chocolate. I thought this was like chocolate adjacent, not cocoa as in like cocoa nut, which is that's kind of what this is. But I was just thinking like, oh, this hints of chocolate. No, I don't know. Your girl, yeah. And then you look at here, yeah, salted coconut, manoi, sugar neroli, and bronze sandalwood. That's what that actually is. All right, this next one I'm finally using up for my Margot Eleno box, which I discontinued probably about a year ago now, just because I was just getting so many things that I just would have to regift, and that I just wasn't really using. So I discontinued it. I don't really do any subscriptions anymore. I do have like Ipsy every couple of months, and that seems to be like pretty on point for me. But other than that, yeah, it's just it's an easy way to accumulate a bunch of stuff you're not going to use. And yeah, 2020 just did us all dirty. Anyway, Lalia, Peony and White Lily. I do really like this brand. This was a really nice bubble bath that wasn't super overpowering. Empty contact lenses. Empty seed refill. One of my tried and trues. Works really well if you have any sort of gut issue. Keeping things regulated and all that good stuff. This is Dr. Organic pomegranate toothpaste that I also used up. Feels like there's some in here, but it's just air. I think I got this when I was in Europe. I think maybe when I was in France or London. Oh no, yeah, when I was in the UK. I think I got it at like a TK Maxx or something. TK Maxx is essentially the same as TJ Maxx, although for branding reasons, because there is like another TK company over in the UK, or there's a TJ Maxx in the UK that isn't the same as TJ Maxx, so they call it TK Maxx. Hopefully that made sense. But anyway, this is the Dr. Organic pomegranate toothpaste. Pretty good toothpaste. Always like getting toothpaste. I feel like they're more natural. Just when I don't know that. Just they have more natural things in general, like minimal processed ingredients, like in food, and yeah, the toothpaste is no different. They just have better quality ingredients in their products. So that was one. We also have this communal ceremonial matcha. I got this from the communal coffee down in San Diego. This was great. This has notes of apple blossom, sugar pea, and toasted wakame. This I didn't pay $24 for this. I think I paid a little bit less because I think it was like 20 or 30% off or something. But it was really good. I actually liked that a lot. All right. I finally used up the 3-in-1 hair dye shampoo from B&M Health. I decided to go back to Arctic Fox for a couple reasons. I think they stopped doing the subscribe and save on Amazon, and they were out of the product for a while. But then also, I feel like Arctic Fox. I feel like this one, they give you a little like argan oil conditioner to go after using the dye product. They give you a little conditioner, and I've found that I use up that conditioner before I use up the actual dye. And when you're rinsing out the dye, your hair is just not tangled, but it's like it's so hard to run your hands through it. It's hard to describe. But it's not smooth, and it's really kind of hard to work your hands through your hair with this product in it. So honestly, I kind of prefer, like just to use Arctic Fox because it's a color, and there's like a built-in conditioner. So when you rinse it out, it's nice and soft. Now I will say that the color when you rinse this one out transfers less so than the Arctic Fox. So there is less red dye all over your bathroom. So it does have that going for it. But I tend to run out. The conditioner thing that they give you is super small in comparison. And you feel like you have to use a lot of it because otherwise your hair gets kind of sticky with the stuff. So that's the only downside. I got a couple travel size deodorants used up. The native sugar cookie deodorant. The advanced Dove Cool Essentials deodorant. Also used up this granite stone disinfecting wipes. This is great if you have marble or if you have quartz countertops. Decluttering this milk foundation, just because it's gotten so hard that the color just doesn't transfer anymore. So it's probably old. I need to get rid of that. And then my Ohora top gel for my nail stickers. I've been using this for years, and I probably should have gotten more a lot sooner. But there was some kind person on the internet that had extras where they just asked me to pay shipping, and they just sent them to me for free. And so that was super nice. But this is just an essential when you're doing like gel sticker nails. I also have this Crumble strawberry crumb cake deodorant that my mom used. She said she wasn't a crazy big fan of it. And I'm usually not like fan of like food scented deodorants. So I'm like, well, I'll probably just declutter this. So I think it was pretty much mostly used up. But yeah, that's all my empties. We finally got through. Oh wait, one more. Chasing Fireflies, Bath and Body Works perfume spray. Honestly, I didn't really. This kind of reminds me of like the Johnson & Johnson baby powder, which really isn't my type of scent. So I just used it up just to kind of use it up. but it wasn't really for me. I didn't really care for it too much. Wouldn't buy it again. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.